Hey you! Yeah, you! Are you looking for a keyboard? Well, you come on down to Budget Bob's Bargain Keyboards and get yourself a big keyboard or a little keyboard, wireless keyboards, wired keyboards, whatever kind of keyboard you want. Hell, we even got Atari keyboards. That's right. Come on down to Budget Bob's Bargain Keyboards today. Well, hello there, all you real gamers and gatekeepers out there. Retro Rob here, and it's time for another budget gaming item unboxing. This time, I've got another one from Hiwings, and this is a keyboard and mouse combo. It's the H1400. I am not a gigantic fan of gigantic keyboards. However, I realize there is a market for those. That said, this mouse looks like it's right up my alley. I don't really like overdone gaming mice, and this looks like it might just be sane looking. And I think I'm gonna like that, especially for my extra rig that I've got downstairs. Anyway, we're gonna start this just like we always do with the front of the box. And all it says on the front is Hiwings RGB lighting. So we better look at the back of the box. Full spectrum RGB, up to 14 rainbow RGB backlight modes available and customized with ease. And I've seen a couple of videos on this and it actually does look pretty good, so we'll look into that. Ergonomic design, non-slip ergonomics provide a fluid, comfortable experience for typing and gaming. Multimedia keys. The multimedia function can be switched by the function F1 through F12 multimedia keys. And this is the important part, 25 key anti-ghosting, so you can press up to 25 keys without it hosing up on you and queuing up, so that's nice. Ultimate working and gaming experience. That's a good thing to have, actually. All right, and real quick, a couple other things it mentions. Oops. That's why I generally don't record outside. But anyway, everything's wired. That's something to note. Also know that the Bawx has RGB lighting as well, and it's got 4 modes, it appears: 800, 1200, 1600, and 2400 DPI. But it says dip. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, let's open this thing up. All right, you ready for this? Here we go. Woo! There's stuff in it. Alright, first things first. I bet you all the cables are shoved in here. Yeah, they are. And we've got the mouse. Let me pull these out of here. Best video ever. Best video. I know I say that every time, but I keep topping myself with these. I mean, hard to beat. Hard to beat it. Just dropping stuff all over the place. Alright, so there's the mouse. We're going to put the mouse on the table for a minute. And then we're going to put the keyboard on the table for a minute. And then we're going to put these instructions on the table for a minute. And then I'm going to change the angle here so we can take a look at them. Alright, let's go with the keyboard first. And then after that, we'll plug these in and test them for a little bit. And there's the keyboard. It's pretty darn large. That is a big boy right there. And then you got those instant access keys, so if you want to do Internet Explorer, what the heck? Edge browser, and then you got a email button, search button, and that. I actually find these useful. I wish they would put them on smaller keyboards so I can have that feature on them. And then let's see how long this cable is. Hold on a second. It took me forever to find a tape measure. It ended up at exactly 5 feet. I mean, right there. Another note is, if you take a look, there is some pretty decent reinforcement. The rubber on this feels nice. Got yourself some, they call it Ferris core, to keep it from interfering with other devices. I think that might be useful when it's actually using the 5-volt line for lighting. It's not super heavy, but it's not super light either. It ends up right in the middle as far as the actual the actual weight of it. It's just kind of, it's not notably heavy, not notably light. I mean, that's how it is. And then you've got these feet that snap out, so it raises up a little bit. You've also got rubberization. Rubberization. Wow, way to go, Rob. You got rubber feet on the bottom. They're actually rubber. They feel nice. And then sits up there, and it's obviously not a mechanical keyboard. It feels a little bit shallow, but it's got a nice click to it. Nice click. Hey Jericho, why are you always barking on my videos lately? Do you want attention? You want everybody to see you? Look guys, it's Jericho. He exists, and he's very sad for the interruption, as you can see. Here is the manual. It's pretty simple. It is nice that they do include the instructions for how to get the backlight to do what you want. Right there. I will be coming back to the keyboard in a little bit. We'll be testing out the coloring and everything else like that. So don't worry, I'm not gonna skip it. And here we have the mouse, and yes. Yeah, that's absolutely acceptable. They haven't gone too far. I'm glad. I really don't like overdone gaming mice. I like them to be a little bit more classy. This feels quite nice. We have a braided cable here. And there we go again. So it's not going to interfere. And then has a nice little USB end on it. I usually like these a little bit longer, but it feels just fine. I don't think it's gonna come out or have any problems. Rubberized, so that feels nice. The top does feel like it has some rubberization on it. It doesn't feel like just sleek plastic. Yeah, that actually looks pretty decent and doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart. Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. Got some programmable buttons. Got the roller on the front. I'm guessing that's probably DPI adjustment because it says DPI on it. It does say DPI on it. And then, oh yeah, I was looking for a receiver, but of course this is a corded mouse. But anyway, yeah, it looks pretty nice. Can't wait to see what it looks like lit up. All right, so oh, by the way, this is rubberized as well. The wheel on here, it's rubberized. I am going to check this out for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you guys these with the lights out, and I'll get you some impressions.
Retro Rob plays everything.
And here's the mouse, and I do like the looks of it. I think it has some nice coloring. I don't think it's over the top or crazy gaudy. It feels pretty decent. It's not like as amazing as my Corsair mouse feels, but it does definitely feel less cheap and plasticky than the 2016 Razer Orochi that I've covered on this channel. I gotta say, I mean, really, this is like way cheaper than that one, and it feels better. So it's got that going for it. I did have some concerns about this cord right here being off and to the left. I thought it might have a little bit of pull, but I played quite a bit of Far Cry with it and a couple other games, and it worked out pretty well. I didn't notice it at all, and I'm kind of picky about that stuff. It kind of drives me nuts if I have a problem, so no problems there. All the buttons worked just fine, had no problems with that. The DPI range worked just fine for me as well. I think there's 4 DPI modes. I'm sure I mentioned it earlier. And yeah, they were within the ranges that I like to play with. This worked just fine, and I think it looks cool as heck. See that? So all in all, mouse is quite nice. I like it. It's definitely going to replace the one in my basement. And here we have the keyboard. I've got it in a custom mode right now. Don't worry, I'm going to show you some of the modes that are available on the keyboard, a little bit about how to program it. One thing I did really like about this was the buttons at the top. I like Asus for doing this, and I like this keyboard for this. It does have these shortcut keys, and all of them do work. This one this one does File Explorer, and I am always in File Explorer, and I found that button really useful. Of course, you can shortcut those buttons, and there's shortcuts for them, but it's nice to have one button to hit. Really, really helps workflow. That said, just a reminder, this is not a mechanical keyboard. It doesn't claim to be one. So if you want a mechanical keyboard, this isn't going to be the way to go, but if you don't mind, it's a good keyboard. It feels nice. Played a couple games with it. Felt just great. No problems typing either, as to be expected. Now, let's show you what it can do. Right now it's in custom mode. I'm gonna hit function insert. This is called RGB mode. It's, you know, always RGB, but that's just what they call it. So if I hit it again, it's gonna start breathing. And I don't know if this works for this. Let's see. Yep. I can speed up the breathing. Or slow it down, I think. Yep. I didn't know whether that worked in that mode. And then let's go into color cycle mode. That's function delete. And then I can speed that up and slow it down. And there's different modes. Has that kind of bounce back mode. That's kind of cool. I like that quite a bit. Alright, now maybe you just wanted a solid color. And I think that's function home. Yep, there we go. I can switch colors. And then back to RGB mode. And then let's do the custom programming mode. And that is page up. So function page up. Now, if I hold it, it'll flash like this. And then I can go function 1 through 5 to change the zones. So hold on a second. See how I'm changing the color of this zone? Pretty cool. So you can customize it completely like that. And then we'll go function insert. And back to the original mode. And if you'd like to increase or decrease the lighting, you can hit function, not that, function. See? Then up and down. And that's it for lighting. Let's wrap things up. And that about wraps it up for the Hiwings H1400 gaming mouse and keyboard. All right, so here it is on Amazon. I'm gonna mention some of the good and the bad on these. The bad, obviously, for the keyboard is it's not a mechanical keyboard. Now, that might not be a big deal to some of you and a big deal for others. And one of the useful things for a non-mechanical keyboard is obviously it's quieter. So if you're working around other people, it makes a lot less racket, but a lot of people do like the feel of a mechanical keyboard better. I use a mechanical keyboard. That's my kind of thing. Also, it's a fairly large keyboard. I'm on a small keyboard now, so that's not necessarily my thing, but again, that's a personal choice. I do like the fact that it's got all those menu keys on it, and I think I'm gonna take this one to work because I really liked, I realize there's shortcuts for these things, but I really like just hitting one button and going to my finder, so I thought that was really useful. Again, all those things are personal choice, but for me, those were a couple of the negatives on it. The positives are, I think the keyboard and the mouse both look great. Like the programmability of the keyboard. I liked how I could just really change up the color on it very easily. Other gaming keyboards do that. In fact, most do, but they really got it down in how easy it is to program. So I just hit a function key, and then I can hit like the insert key for that, as opposed to hunting around the keyboard for how to do it. It's pretty easy to remember that. So that's pretty nice. I did like that. The quality of it felt pretty darn good. again, on the keyboard, the quality felt really nice. The mouse, it felt as good as some $40 gaming mice that I've played with pretty easily. The DPI range fell into the right range for me. Every once in a while I get a mouse that just feels off. This doesn't have that going. I like the colors on it. I think it looks good without getting too garish. And again, quality's pretty decent. Again, you're not gonna think it's a $100 gaming mouse, but you know, it's a budget gaming mouse and you get what you pay for, but I think you're getting a pretty good deal. Anyway, speaking of good deal, we're gonna take a look here on Amazon, and as you can see, its MSRP is $40, but it does have a coupon for it. Note, this shows up as a checkbox, and I've already checked it. But make sure to check that checkbox. If you do that, add it to the cart. That annoys me, by the way. All right, let's go look in my cart. On. And the price is down to $25.19, which I can easily give this a thumbs up. At that price, at $25, getting a halfway decent mouse and keyboard for that price. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Looks nice too. So there we go. I'm gonna have to wipe out my personal information up there. But anyway, that's it. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you found it useful, educational, whatever, please do me a big favor. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.